Hi, welcome,
Hi.
Jason. We are here with the amazing, wonderful Jason Isaac, who is at Sundance 2017.
It's my
you
sixth
did-
Sundance.
Yes, you shared that you have been to Sundance several times.
Been here 6 times with 7 films, and this says a lot about the state of the independent film world that only 2 of them ever came out, and both of them closed within a couple of weeks. But they're all fantastic films.
I believe that. So tell me, what brings you to Sundance this time?
Well, this time, unusually for me, I'm here with a family film. I was here, last time I was here a couple of years ago, I was here because I'd abducted Saoirse Ronan and kept her in a basement for 24 years. The year before I was here as a cult leader who married his own children. But this year I'm here with a lovely family film called Red Dog, True Blue, which is a companion piece to a film called Red Dog, which I don't know if your viewers or listeners know, but it was the most successful film in Australia in 2011. It's a huge film there. Every Australian's seen it multiple times. I'd never heard of it. But this is a piece that's kind of a prequel, sequel, parallel piece. You don't have to have seen the original. And it's just a really lovely, take everyone from the family to go and see it. Take grandma and take your kids, and it's a weepy. I was telling you, I saw it yesterday morning here at Sundance with an audience of paying people, not the kind of people who made the film. And the lights came up at the end, and I had to go and get on stage and do some questions and answers. And I was sobbing my eyes. I was so embarrassed. I looked around, and so was the rest of the audience. So it's a really lovely, old-fashioned, full Kleenex movie.
Wow, that sounds wonderful. So how's this experience been for working on a family film? And you play the lead character's older version, if I'm.
I do, yeah. I'm an Australian man who has slightly lost touch with who's working in business, probably in finance, and he has 2 sons, and he has a wife that he doesn't quite see anymore. He's not quite present, like a lot of us. I mean, I'm sure I can be guilty of that too. And his son wants a dog, and his son's a bit lonely. They moved to a new city, and he's really not quite in touch with his mother. He's not his authentic self. And they go and see a movie, Red Dog, and that triggers off a memory for him. And he comes home and tells his son a story about when he was growing up, which is most of the film. And through the storytelling, he reveals who he really is to his son, and I'm going to start crying again. And they find a new way to be together. They get a puppy, and it's just it's a message that all of us parents could take to heart. I think.
That's wonderful. Talk a little about being a parent as an artist. What role has you think being a parent plays in a positive way? Because a lot of folks think it's a bad thing.
Do they? Who are you meeting who says being a parent is a bad thing?
I don't know. I try to that's gonna make everything really tough and hard. But I feel personally that it actually inspires you more as an artist and performer.
Being a parent, I mean, certainly it changes you in the world. You're suddenly, first of all, you're not the centre of attention anymore when you have kids. That's a huge deal. And for me, as my working life, it affects things practically. I don't want to be away from them. They're now 14 and 11. They're not going to want to be around me much longer. They don't even really want to be around me now. And so I used to travel all over the world and work and love that part of it. Now I travel all over the world still and hate that part of it. So last year, 2016, I shot. I shot this film in Australia. I shot another film in Australia and India. I shot the OA for Netflix in New York and Cuba. I shot a film in Canada. And, I try and fly home as much as possible. And I try and make sure I'm there. But if I'm going to leave my house and leave my kids, it better be to tell a story I like and people I want to be with and be part of something I'm proud of. Because if I'm just going to make some money doing something I think is rubbish, then it's not worth the damage to my family. So that's really the main difference it's made. It makes you emotionally a bit richer, more vulnerable maybe, but mostly it makes you think about your choices.
Cool. My second last question, and then the last will be very short, but in today's times, it's sensitive times, both in US and in UK too. What do you think, what kind of role do artists have to play as a
it's more important than ever, I think.
Yourself?
I mean, I think that now it's clear that, I don't want to get overly political, but you clearly can't believe the Trump administration. They're very happy to lie. He was very happy to lie throughout his election campaign. So you can't believe the official organs of office. Sometimes you can't believe the media. They're misled. They're being bullied at the moment. You're not quite sure where to go for honest sources. If you can't believe authority figures and you can't believe the news, maybe it's down to fiction to tell the universal truths. Maybe it's down to the storytellers and the artists to really hold the mirror up to nature and help us have a discussion about ourselves, because we're being misled and manipulated everywhere else.
Wow, thank you so much. Last very quick question. Are we going to see Lucius back in the Fantastic Beasts series.
I don't think so. It's set 70 years before, and none of you. I
It's a
don't think.
wizard.
I agree. There could be magic. Speak to Joe Rowling about it.
Exactly.
I certainly would be ready to dust off the cane and the wig any moment.
Thank you so much for talking to us.
Thanks, it's a
Congratulations
pleasure.
on your film.